Um, so I'm doing really well. Physical therapy is going really well too. Um, Headed there now. And right now I'm doing more so leg strengthening exercises. Leg strengthening exercises, and yeah, so I'm getting there. So we're about a month out of surgery, so I'll probably have like another month and a half at home. So that's that, doing well. But I want to talk about something. I actually want to talk about a funny story. So I have a subscriber who hit me up on Facebook, and we've been talking a lot, and he just has a lot of questions. He's concerned and blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. So he hit me up, and we'll sit and talk on the phone for like 20 or 30 minutes or so. And basically, he's really nervous. The same nervousness that everybody else has when you're starting. And I was explaining to him, and I said, you know what, it's actually a good video to talk about, or good something to talk about on video. So I told him, I was like, well, I said, you have to understand, trucking is very different than every other industry or most other industries, because the amount of freedom you have. And I said, that's what's boggling your mind. And he was asking all kind of questions like, how do I get groceries? When will I have time to get groceries? Will I have time to shower? Will I have time to do this? Will I have time to do that? And I said, basically, it's up to you. And and that's one thing I want to talk about in this video. I'm like, it's up to you. Your trucking is, a lot of companies, most companies, if you're a beginner, yes, they're going to hold your hand and be there for you more than most companies will for somebody, the experienced company. But you have to understand that a lot of them, a lot of it is you as long as you're driving safely, you're not having incidents or accidents, and you're getting your deliveries done on time, and you're making your pickups on time, and following, the routing that most companies will give, if they give you a route plan, they're not really on you. Everything else is on you to figure out in the middle. So, it's not the company's, it's not their responsibility to make time for you to take a shower, make time for you to brush your teeth, make time for you to stop by a grocery store. You have to find time inside of your schedule to make that happen. That's on you. So that's really what I wanted to say that, kind of touch on that a little bit, and then just end with the funny story. So that's really on you to get that taken care of. Anything outside, whether it be laundry, grocery shopping, showering, anything that's just related to your personal life and helping you keep going on the road. That's all up to you, and you have to make time for it. And I've heard a lot of people complain, well, companies don't build in time in my schedule for me to do this. Well, it's not their responsibility. I mean, technically there is time built in. You have a 30-minute break and you have a 10-hour break. And sometimes you have some loads that have a little bit longer length of span of time to allow you to actually get to the delivery and get to the pickup and the delivery. So that there will be time. So when I hear people say like, I haven't showered in like 9 or 10 days, I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, like, what are you doing? So yeah, but trucking is it's a very free industry. When it comes down to it, it's really just up to you to just all out stuff that you need to do outside of just driving. Take care of yourself. It's up to you. You don't have to worry about saying, well, who do I call to ask if I can do this? Who can I call to ask to do that? As long as you're not breaking any rules, you do what you need to do to make life happen. Oh, don't you hate that when you feel like you're going to seize it and you actually don't? So, okay, so funny story. So he was freaking out, oh my God, routing, trip planning, all kind of stuff. He's so nervous about it. And I said, okay. I said, he's like, there's just so much. I said, there is so much. I said, at the same time, just trip plan properly, you'll be fine. Do what you gotta do, know your route, know where you're going, Google Maps, there's so many tools to help you get around these issues. And I said, he's like, man, it just seems like you have it all together. It's just like, man, it seems like you haven't been messing up since the beginning of your career. I was like, listen, we all make mistakes. So I said, I actually told him I'd drop this video for him and talk about one of my first experiences with driving a truck. So people apparently think like I'm just this epic, outstanding perfection person, like this black Nubian god of trucking, and I just do not mess up. And that is not true. So I'm going to tell a funny story. Some people who actually know me have told them about this, but if not, everybody's about to know now. Don't worry, I didn't hit anything, no accidents or nothing, just a funny story. So he was asking about what's it like when you first get your truck, and he was like, "Man, I'm so nervous to drive." I said, "Wait till you get your first load." And he's like, "Well, what do you mean?" I said, "Well, when I finished with my trainer with Roehl, he dropped me off. I took my driving test, woody woo, passed, and I got my first truck December 2nd, 2017. And that was my first one solo. And my fleet manager gave me, I said, look, I need to get home for my son's first birthday. And he's like, Roger that. I'll make sure I get you a load." So he built several loads for me that had me running all the way to the time I need to get home. I knew everything I was doing from the day I got my truck all the way to the load I got home on. So my load said it was like pick up a relay in the Gary, Indiana terminal for Roehl, and run that up to like somewhere in Wisconsin. It was like a Walmart DC in Wisconsin. And after the Walmart DC, I had to take that trailer somewhere else, pick up another trailer, and then run that trailer somewhere else. And I was so excited to drive. So then it was like after I run that trailer, I pick up an empty there, and then I run that trailer over to Kenosha, Wisconsin. Now, any of the Roehl drivers know what the fuck I'm talking about. So they gave me this place. I was running my 8 hours down to the nitty gritty. I ran this down to nothing. So, like I said, I was brand new. I was excited to drive. So I'm running my load up there, and like I'm down to like 20 minutes left on my 8 hour. But I was pulling up at the place. Well, any of my Roehl drivers know the place I'm talking about, where it's like in the middle of the city, and it's like the river like right there that goes like right in the middle of the city. And if you don't know where you're going, or if it's your first time, you're gonna miss the entrance. And the entrance is like the road, this small entrance to the right, and there's actually a sign that says no trucks. But if you look in that small road to the right, it actually splits off, and the truck entrance where I was going is to the left. And the sign that said no trucks did not apply to the whole road, but just the road to the right. So if you and it was nighttime too, it was like midnight. So I got lost quite naturally. I'm brand spanking new. And any Roehl driver that watches this video, you know what place I'm talking about. It's like right there on the river. The factory's built into the town, and you go down that little dirt road, and it has a little drop lot in the back, and you drop your trailer there. You come back out, and you go down the road and go to the open lot where the other trailers are. Where you pick up your loaded trailers. Yeah, that place. So I passed the place, and I'm like starting to freak the fuck out. Like, oh my god, I got like 10 minutes left on my 8 hour before I gotta take a break. I'm like freaking out, and I keep on driving, and it's just, you know how the town is. There's nowhere for you to hit a U-turn. It's like trucks gotta stay on this run road. And I end up driving and find this small business with the lights out, and there's plenty of room in the parking lot. It's a huge open dirt parking lot for me to get inside. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, yes, I can get inside of there. So I see a few cars pull up, in there while I'm sitting chilling. I'm on my half-hour break. I'm eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, whipped out the Van McNally, whipped out Google Maps, all blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there like freaking out, like, how do I get to this place? Like, what's going on? So I figured out, I'm sitting there, my duration of my half-hour break, I finally figured it out. And then while I'm sitting there looking at it, the lights come on, and it's I can't remember the name of the strip club, but it was a strip club. And these girls, like half-naked girls, getting there early. They're like, oh, we got a big spender, like the ratchet chicks. We got a big spender coming, and he's going to spend all his hard-earned trucking money on us tonight. And I was like, oh, fuck no. Like, I had no idea it was a strip club. So I ended up closing my curtains so they wouldn't know I was in there. But I think they already knew I was in there because, the lights were on at one point. So they come out, they start knocking the door like, you're going to come on in, Big Daddy, Big Spender? Like, come on in and spend that hard-earned money so we can shake something for you. And I was like, no, go away. I'm lost. Oh, God. I was like freaking out. I was like, no, I'm lost. Go away. I'm not interested in your strip club tonight. And they're like, you sure, Big Daddy? Come on in. And So after my half-hour break was up, I started driving, and I finally found the entrance to this place. Now, I didn't know what the procedure was once I even got there. I'm just glad to fucking find the place. So, if the ones that watch this video know the place I'm talking about, you fucking know. So, I go there and I drop my trailer, and now I'm trying to figure out where the paperwork is. And like that back part where you drop the trailer, y'all know it's all broke down and abandoned. It looks like something out of a Freddy Krueger movie. So I had my pocket knife and my flashlight and my clipboard, like my shirt tucked in my pants, looking like all professional and whatnot. And I like go inside, I'm like, hello, driver from Roehl Transport, you know, I need some help. And all you hear just like all the generation stuff going, and there ain't nobody in there. And my dumbass, like somebody in the fucking horror movie, make my way like deep into the belly of this shit, instead of thinking like, this can't be right. So I'm like deep in the belly of this motherfucker, just looking. And it hits me at some point, I'm like, this can't be right. So I meander my way back out, and I was freaking out. So I get inside my truck, I'm just like, well, fuck, where do I find the trailer and information and stuff? So I just happened to find a yard jockey, or he happened to pass me. I stopped him, he's like, you go inside this office right here and get the paperwork. And I said, all right, cool, bet, easy enough. I go and get the paperwork, and then I'm like, okay, well, where do I get the trailer from? He tells me where the lot is, and I go to that lot. Now, here goes another rookie moment. And there's also another moment that don't be rude to people, and I fell for that trap. So I go and I hook up to my trailer, and I hook up everything, pre-trip, everything seems fine, and I hook up my airlines, and the shit just like, it's struggling to go on. And then when I finally I take a hammer, and my dumbass beats it onto beat the airlines onto the trailer. And I talk to, I push the red knob and to supply the trailer with air, and all you hear at the back is like air just dumping out. And I'm like, oh man, this trailer has an air leak. So I called rail maintenance, and the guy's like, well, you know, sometimes you put the glad hands on backwards, it'll actually do that as a way of letting you know you put them on backwards. And I'm like, look, I'm not dumb. I did really well with my trainer, and I said my dad's been driving for like 30-something odd years. Now I always run the road with him, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna make such a rookie mistake. He's like, yeah, I understand. He's like, you know, just give it a try. It's night time, you know, it could have been an accident. It happens. So sure enough, I go out there. I ride at physical therapy. I go out there, check the glide hands, fight them all, swap them, and it works. So you guys will find that sometimes on some trailers after they repair it, for whatever reason, they will swap the position of the red and the blue glad hand. Why, I don't know, but I just found that to be the case on some trailers every so often. It's not an all the time thing, but it happens, at least at ATS. It happens often enough to where it's something you might want to check before you call maintenance. So that's a little pro tip right there. If you put the wrong glide hands on, they won't fit properly. And also, when you supply air, your trailer will dump air, and it will sound like you have a massive air leak. So yeah, this video, basically, you know, once I got that figured out, I started hopping on down the highway and went from there. Basically, when it comes down to it, we're all new at some point. I was new at some point. I make mistakes like everybody else, and we're good to go. It's going to happen. You're going to go through a learning curve. You're not foreign. It is what it is. We're all going to go through it. We all have been through it. We all will continue to make mistakes, but as time goes on, the mistakes will not be as bad. All right? As always, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys get some humor out of my video. And I hope that you guys will see that I am not some kind of all-powerful, you know, Odin god. I'm just a normal guy that's been driving a truck, and, you know, I've had experiences like everybody else. All right, guys, take care. Have a great day.